What's going on, guys? For today's video, I'm going to be answering some of your questions. I'm doing a little Q&A. I asked you guys for some questions on Instagram and on TikTok. So if you guys have some questions for the future, make sure you go follow me on those two platforms, especially Instagram. For future Q&As, I'll be requesting questions on there. So let's get started. How long have you been breeding tortoises? I started breeding tortoises in 2018. Well, that's the year that I consider that I started breeding because that's the year that I first got eggs. I had tanks since I was 3 years old, so I got them when I was in about 2004. And I got the females, I got Luna, Shelly, and Tara in 2017, and then they were ready for the next breeding season in 2018. If money and space wasn't an issue, what animals would you get? If money and space wasn't an issue, I'm also going to include licenses, because for some animals you do need permits and licenses. I would probably like to get a rhino because those are one of my favorite animals. But since this is a reptile channel, a reptile that I would really want to get would be an American alligator or a dwarf caiman. Next question is, why did you start taking care of tortoises, and why did you decide to start breeding them? Well, I started taking care of tortoises because my grandfather got me one when I was 3 years old, which is Tank, my adult male sulcata, and obviously I just had to take care of them as soon as I was old enough to do so. And I decided to start breeding them because I started watching YouTube videos on them, and I got interested in the whole breeding of reptiles. I've always had reptiles, but I've never actually tried breeding any type of animal. And then in 2017, when I got the other tortoises, that's when I really started watching a lot of YouTube videos on them. What's your favorite animal and species to breed? I don't really have a favorite animal, but my favorite species to breed that I have so far would be the sulcatas, because those are the ones that I've been breeding the most. The redfoots are also fun. They don't produce as many eggs though, but yeah. How many kids do you want? That's really a personal question, not really reptile related, but I would say maybe 2 or 3 kids, most likely 2, because my father has 2 kids, it's me and my brother. So my next question is, how old is my puppy? This is my puppy Gracie. She's a little pug. She was born 2013, February 25th. She's about to turn 7 years old now. My next question is, can you make a video on leopard tortoises? I can't right now because I don't have any leopard tortoises. Maybe if I go to one of my friends' compounds that has leopard tortoises, I can. But for now, I can't. Maybe in the future, if I get some leopard tortoises, I really want to get into that breed, but I haven't been able to. Another question is, what makes you happy about life? These animals make me happy. Being able to share them with you guys really makes me happy, and I love when one of my videos does good. How profitable is your breeding business? I wouldn't really call it a business, it's more of a hobby, but I do sell the baby sulcatas when they hatch out. So it's definitely not profitable enough to live off, but it's a good amount of money. And I'm still in high school, I live with my parents, so it's really I'm not really in it for the money yet, but I hope that in the future I could grow my business enough, or grow my hobby enough that I could live off of it. Which one of your pets is your favorite? I would say Gracie, my pug, the one that you guys saw earlier, is my favorite. Just because I love her so much. I obviously spend the most time with her since she's a dog. She's more social than the reptiles really, but these guys are actually really cool. I just got them though a couple days ago, maybe a week, and I was really looking into getting Cuban Rocky iguanas, but I never did. And I happened to find somebody that didn't want theirs anymore, and they messaged me, and now I have 2 Cuban Rocky iguanas. He's a little crazy. This is the male. What breed of tortoise is the easiest and most fun to care for? This really depends where you are. Usually people would say Russian tortoises, since they stay small. They're pretty easy to find depending where you are. My favorite ones out of the ones that I have are probably the sulcatas. They're not for everyone because they do get big. Sometimes they dig. Mine don't dig because they have hides, but if they don't have hides and they're not used to hides, they'll most likely dig. So I would probably say, if I had to recommend one, it would probably be redfoots. They're a medium-sized tortoise. They're pretty easy to care for. They're fun, very social. All of my Redfoots are really used to me, and I haven't even had them for as long as I've had the sulcatas. How old are you? I am 18 years old. How do you manage your schedule with so many animals? I try to make their enclosures as self-sustaining as I can, so that I put plants in there that grow, that they could eat, and that way they could live off of it for a couple of days if I wasn't able to take care of them. I do have to go to school and all that, but after school I don't really do anything other than this, or just go and hang out somewhere with my friends. But this is really what I like to focus on. When I hang out with my friends, I like to either have them over or we go and do different things involving animals. So it's I usually spend most of my time with my animals. And yeah. What is the size of your sulcata tortoises? This iguana just bit my butt. Alright. What is the size of your sulcata tortoises? All the sulcatas that I have right now are adults or babies. I just have the adults, the 3 females, and Tank. Why do you have so many pets? I have most of the ones that you see in this room are rescues. Other than Biek, I actually purchased Biek, but that's the reason why I have so many pets. I do have rescues, and the tortoises. The tortoises, they're not rescues, but I did get them so that I could breed them. So they're either rescues or just pets that I have for breeding, or just animals that I like. How do tortoises do in dry climates? All tortoises are different. Some do well in dry climates, some do better in tropical climates. For example, the Redfoots are better in tropical. Dry, the Russians would be better in a drier climate, which is why I don't have any. Alright, so I wanted to take this moment of silence to talk to you guys about my merch. As you can see, I'm wearing my hoodie right now, and I'm about to turn around and show you the back side of it so you guys can see the design. Right now, I only have this design, and I have the one which is just the name on the back. I have 2 different logos in the front, which is the Redfoot logo and the sulcata logo. So if you guys like the design, please make sure to go check it out at my website, shadowsreptiles.com. The link's going to be in the description. Thanks again. Is tortoise breeding your full-time job? Like I said earlier, breeding them is not my job, it's a hobby. I'm still in high school, I don't have a job. Other than this, I guess, if you consider this a job. What species of snake is your green one? They're talking about Aru. This is my green street python. The locality is Aru, like I said. I named them by their localities. And this is a Biek, you can't see him here, but I'll put some videos of him on screen. What is your favorite songs? Right now I'm really listening to Juice WRLD. I've been listening to his album, Death Race for Love. So here's some of the songs. You won't be able to see them. But this is, I can't play it because this is YouTube. But my favorite song on there is probably Who Shot Cupid. Can you suggest a good and cheap incubator? Incubators aren't that cheap. Usually you can find them. The ones that I used, these are the ones that I used when I started off. They're small and they're pretty cheap. I don't even know what brand they are. They're called Little Giant. They were about 50 bucks and they're a small incubator. They're really good in that case. But you could also just make an incubator yourself. They're not that hard to make. You'll just need maybe like an old fridge or a cooler, some heating tape and a thermostat, and that's pretty much all you need. How long have you had Tank? I've had Tank for 15 years. What kind of snakes do you have? I have the 2 green tree pythons and a ball python, which is in there. I'll actually pull her out for you guys. So this is my ball python. As you can see, she's not very healthy. This is a rescue that I took in probably last month. She's been eating pretty well. Recently, she has not taken the last 2 mice that I gave her, so I'm hoping she takes one soon. If not, I'm going to have to force feed her. How do you ship the animals? I'm going to put a video up either here or here. I don't really know which side it would be on, but I have a video on how to ship your reptiles. So if you're interested in learning how I do it, make sure you check that out. I just showed the basics on how to actually package them. Obviously, you need a license and you'll need the special website. You can't just get a FedEx package and just ship it out. You need like a special way of doing it. So just check out that video for more information on it. How many reptiles do you have? So I have 18 tortoises of my own, 9 baby sulcatas. Some of them are already sold, but I haven't shipped them out. Have 3 lizards and 3 snakes, so that's a total of 33 reptiles. That's not including the other animals. Total animals would be, with Gracie, my pug, the 2 cockatiels, that would be another 3, so 36 animals in total. Obviously not counting all the isopods because that's, yeah. How does it feel to have lots of turtles and tortoises? Feels great. I love the tortoises, and I definitely want to get more species. So far I have 3 species, the hermits, sulcatas, and redfoots. My favorite species are probably going to be radiateds. I would like to get a group of radiateds, but those are going to be really hard to find, especially as adults. So maybe I'll have to get some babies and raise them up, but we'll see about that in the future. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All the TikTok questions were the same things that I already answered. Mostly just how many animals you have, why do you breed them, why do you have so many, how old I am, and things like that. So those are all the questions. A lot of people have the same exact questions. So hopefully I answered yours. I didn't answer some other questions because they were either hard to understand, they were weird, or I just didn't want to. Let me show you a new reptile that I got today. Haven't made a video on him, but I guess I can just introduce him in this video. So here's the new addition to Shadow's Reptiles. This is a red tegu. I haven't shown her before, I just got her today actually. And I was going to record me setting her up, but I didn't because the enclosure that they gave me with her was too small. And I plan on getting her a new enclosure real soon. Hopefully set her up outside because I like to keep my animals, if I can keep them outside, because it's natural here in Florida, it's tropical. This is a great place for tegus. They're actually invasive here. They're not crazy invasive like green iguanas or red-eared sliders, so they're not an issue to have. Neither are the other 2, but they're definitely more frowned upon than these guys. And this is a red tegu. I was told it was a female, I'm not sure. I haven't sexed her myself, but she's not aggressive, but she is flighty. She'll try to run away from me. She's not calm yet, but I'm definitely going to work on that. She has a little bit of stuck shed, but yeah, I'm going to set her back up in the enclosure. This is obviously her first day here, so she's a little more spooked than usual, and she's a little chunky, you can see. So she's going to be doing great here. I'm trying to give her a little bit of space, but I don't want to release her because I'm afraid she'll fall. So let me set her back down. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave in the comments whether you want to see more Q&As. If you have any ideas for future videos, make sure you let me know. I'm always looking for some new ideas. I want to be doing more crazy things for my YouTube channel. I want to go on more adventures, maybe go see some types of wild animals at the Everglades because I am in Florida. This is a great place for that. I've been trying to keep my content mostly educational while in my own house, just showing you my animals, showing you my rescue, my breeding projects. But I definitely want to get out there more, maybe do some collabs with other YouTubers. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions at all, make sure you leave them in the comment sections. I'll be trying to do as many as I can of those videos, as long as obviously they're doable. So thank you for watching again. Have a great day. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all that good stuff.